All right. I think we're here. So I'm going to play our song.
Tondo
Impasto. And here we are. I hope you can hear us.
Everything working now?
Let's see.
Chin, chin.
Chin chin.
Yeah.
Let's begin. My name is Amy.
I'm Kras, her father.
And this is Tondo Impasto. We're doing this project to inventory and catalog artwork that we've inherited from your mother and father, my grandparents. And it's going to take us a while. And we've been doing these tech tests because we want to make sure we get it right and that everyone can hear us okay. So I'm hoping that there is some audio going. I can see that it seems like it's working because of the lines there. Anyways, how was your weekend?
It was not bad. Not bad. Good weather, nice weather.
Yeah. It was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Valentine's.
And I remember we had a dog, Rhodesian Ridgeback, who was born on Valentine's Day. And do you remember what you named him?
I forgot. Valentino.
Exactly. We called him Tino because he was born on Valentine's Day. So
It was a beautiful dog.
yeah, and remember he had this unique the hair on the back grows in the opposite direction on the spine.
Yeah.
And I don't know, was it about a year or two later you started noticing all these neighborhood dogs had the spine?
Yeah. We put the Ridgeback kind in Dragolevci.
Exactly. He was quite the little Genghis Khan, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, today we have another small miniature. And this is this another, you think, Cinemoritz or?
It's got to be Cinemoritz. That's about 4 inches.
Yeah, maybe like a little bit. Here, I'll give it to you. You can take it.
Yeah, 4 by 4.
4 by 4. And it's on a board. And it is, does it have a frame or no? Like a little
Yeah,
miniature
there is
frame?
a frame.
Let me just get an audio or a visual description of this using our Seeking AI. If you could just turn it around towards me so I can just snap the photo here and have it describe.
Processing.
Okay. And we'll put it back.
The image depicts a textured painting with abstract elements. The canvas is square and appears to be mounted on a stand. In the upper portion, there are swirling patterns in shades of blue and green, with hints of yellow, suggesting a dynamic sky or atmospheric effect. The middle section features darker, more turbulent strokes, possibly representing a body of water or land. Towards the bottom, there are prominent orange and brown tones, adding contrast and depth. The paint is applied thickly, creating a three-dimensional effect with visible brush strokes and ridges. The overall composition is abstract, with no distinct figures or objects, focusing on the interplay of colors and textures.
So that is an app that was created for the visually impaired to do descriptions. And it's very, what would you say, kind of not very emotional. I mean, it just kind of talks about it, you know, in a way that is just neutral.
Yeah.
And so we've been working with Claudio and inputting a lot of Boris's, his works. And you came up with this idea to ask the AI, what does it feel when it sees the painting? And we got some pretty surprising answers.
And very true answers, which is incredible.
Yeah, I think so too. So what I'll do is, why don't you, while you look at it, I'm just going to go in, put the photo into Claudio, and see what it says. But what do you like? What do you get when you see this? Can you tell where it is?
Yeah, well, I have a feeling it's done in probably lunchtime during the day, and it's very interesting to see. It's kind of tranquil, and yet the sky is kind of warm. Reflection of it's a combination of both. It's beautiful. It's got the sand, you got the rocks. So it's a very emotional painting.
Yeah, it is, and I like that you think it could have been done during lunchtime.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember they would, they would make all of their own food.
Yeah.
I mean, growing their own vegetables,
Yeah,
and in the summer when everything was, the harvest was coming in.
Yeah.
They would make jars.
Yeah.
With
all kinds of vegetables. Yeah.
Yeah, and nice sort of bases, like a stew, to put, then later add the meat or the egg or whatever the protein was.
Yeah.
And I was just telling Jeff that at that time when I was visiting, the economy and everything was about to collapse.
Yeah.
And the leva, which is their currency, was just becoming just super highly hyperinflated.
Yeah.
And so almost at that time, money didn't have any meaning,
Yeah.
And so they would, like, I would go with, the Babayova to the neighbor who has the chicken.
Yeah.
And we would bring over, like either some peaches or something.
Yeah.
And then we get some eggs.
Yeah.
Right? So this was like the way that we survived the meals. Yeah. And I know they had their own grapes that they grew, and they made wine.
Yeah.
I don't think it was very good wine, but it was just they were very self-sufficient, and so I wouldn't be surprised if, they would pack their little lunch and then go and sit down, and he would paint.
Yeah.
While he was eating, little bit of vegetables, a little bit of cheese, maybe some bread. And so right now I'm just waiting for Claudio to do what he does. There's a lot of different things you have to learn, because sometimes the photo gets taken in one format and then Claudio has to convert it to a different format so he can read it. But here's what he says about this painting. I'll read it and I'll move it to the close-up. Here we go. Just make sure you can see it okay. So this is a Black Sea seascape, almost certainly painted from the cliffs at Senemoritz.
Yeah.
And in just the 4 inches, Boris packed an entire atmosphere. The composition is divided into 3 horizontal bands. The bottom third is the shoreline or rocky foreground. with warm oranges, ochres, and burnt sienna breaking through where the earth meets the water. There are thin vertical lines on the left that could be masts of small fishing boats or dried reeds along the shore. The middle band is the sea itself, dark and heavy, laid on in thick horizontal knife strokes of deep blue-black, slate green, and touches of white where the waves catch light. The paint here is dense and muscular. You can feel the weight of the water. The upper half is sky, and it's where the painting really opens up. Pale blue greens and grays swirl together with patches of gold and yellow where sunlight breaks through cloud cover. The impasto is thinner here than in the sea, lighter in touch, which creates the illusion of air and depth. There's a suggestion of the sun trying to push through that warm gold in the upper left. What strikes me most is how he used the palette knife to create movement. The sea pulls horizontally, the sky swirls, and the shore anchors everything with those warm tones. At 4 by 4 inches, the thickness of the paint relative to the size of the surface makes this almost sculptural. You're not just looking at a painting, you're looking at a small slab of the Black Sea coast built out of oil paint.
Wow.
That's quite incredible.
Yeah.
And this is where Claudio's asking if it's from 1988 catalog or a different piece. And that's the thing, we won't know until we enter in a lot of the paintings, and then we'll probably begin to detect a pattern of, oh, okay, well, the older ones look like this, then the more recent, before he died, look a different way. I mean, he seems to have a very consistent style, don't you think?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's he's doing all this very fast. The speed of doing that thing, it's unbelievable because he's got it all in his heart and his the mic.
Yeah, well, I just noticed that it's okay. Keep going. Sorry.
So he's got it all in his head and his heart, and all he had to do is do it, with the strokes and stuff like that. And some of those paintings, they take about half an hour, the most.
The most, right?
Yeah. And so there is no mechanical thinking, where do I put this? Everything is right there, it's exploding right there in that small piece of 4 by 4 canvas. And it's incredible. Very powerful.
Well, and you notice that Claudio was kind of dividing it into 3,
Yeah.
and there's some symmetry and math there,
Yeah.
but this is not something he's thinking.
No.
He's not drawing, like with a pencil.
No.
He's just painting.
Yeah, no, it's expression, that's what he sees and he projects it right there.
Right. Well, and I mean, do you think he only made one? Or maybe he made a few that day when he went?
It's very possible because he's a non-stop working guy.
Right.
Wherever he goes, he draws something.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be, non-stop working team. Well, so then what would be interesting, and maybe I'll ask Claudio this, how do you paint all these little oils?
Yeah.
Let's say he made, I don't know, 10.
Yeah.
He stayed for a couple hours and he or even 4.
Yeah.
Then how does he bring them back so they don't get smudged up to dry?
That's a good question.
Let's ask Claudio what he would, So I'm going to say that we assume Boris would take his stool and I guess would he have like a small bag or something? Small bag with...
Well, he's so close, the villa was so close to the sea. So it takes about maybe 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes to go home, leave it there, and go again. So maybe one by one, he carries by hand.
Oh, you think so?
Oh yeah. I don't think he can do 3, 4. How he's gonna carry it.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, when I get a manicure, there's 10 fingers, and it's like, oops, I just made a mess on one of them.
No, it's one by one he takes it, because it's very careful. There's no way of transporting them. But being so close to the villa, it makes sense that he goes right away and leaves it there. Maybe he relax, he have a drink or something, then he goes back if he feels like it, or if he doesn't, he does some farms work out there, planting things and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, so how would he have brought the paintings back without smudging any of them? I mean, this would be a question to ask, right? If we could, I'm sure we'll have a long list of questions we want to ask both of them, but we'll try to figure it out. We'll try to figure it out with what our memory is about it, and then also, what Claudio, so he says that's a great question and one that matters for understanding both his process and the condition of the paintings that you're inventorying. So at 4x4, these miniatures actually have an advantage. Thick impasto dries from the outside in. So with that much paint relative to surface, the outer layer would start to skin over fairly quickly in the open air and Black Sea wind. On a warm day in Sinimoritz, the surface of a heavily impastoed miniature could become touch resistant within 20 to 30 minutes, especially with the wind off the water.
Yeah.
Kras's theory that Boris went one by one is plausible, especially if the villa was close to his painting spot on the cliffs. But if he was anything like most plein air painters working small, he likely had a simple system. A few possibilities. The most common method for those small plein air work is a pochade box, or a simple wooden carrier with grooves or slots that hold wet boards apart so they don't touch face to face. Some painters just use a cigar box with rails.
Yeah.
I think I found a cigar box. A little one, like where he can put it.
Well, he had a wooden box.
Right.
With his paints inside. So probably he leaves a couple inside, on the top of the tubes, the oil tubes.
Yeah.
It's possible that that's how he carries them.
Yeah.
He's got 2, 3.
Yeah, because it says that they say that he could have maybe fashioned something from scrap wood and then held the several small boards separated. Another one to carry them with cork spacers or small wooden blocks between them. I don't know if that was something he would have done. So the simplest method with minimal gear is that he put them face up on the lid of his paint box or on a small board and carried them as he walked home, almost like on a tray.
Yeah, probably that's all he did. And being so close out there, it makes no sense to go and to invest into a lot of different stuff,
So it says here that when we look at the condition, that we might see some clues.
Yeah.
Like if they were transported together. Petya's going to get mad about this one because of these blue gloves. Do these blue gloves drive you guys crazy? But I haven't ordered white gloves. I just want to take a look, and let me just put it back on the close-up just to show you the back of this painting. And this one, the clues, so this is, I like, clues, looks like it might have been mounted on something. You see these five dots? So that must have had this paspartout thing. I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
And by the way, I know we were talking about that paspartout, which we're grateful, Sarah had looked it up while we were live streaming. It is pass, like passé.
Yeah.
Partout.
Yeah.
So in English, it's a mat or a mat board.
Yeah.
Or a mount. But I didn't know that that's how you spell it. Passé, part out. Passepartout.
Yeah.
So anyways, this one, I'll go back to it and show in the close-up. It looks like it's on top. It looks like this is almost, I don't know, can you see that there's like the painting itself?
Yeah.
Almost like it's, let's see if I can show it. Almost like it's mounted to this board, and then the board itself was mounted onto something else. But, I mean, we might end up discovering some boards that have 5 dots in the same space. Because remember, we saw some empty ones.
Yeah. But there were no, I guess it's a canvas that, he glue, it's a special glue.
Yeah.
You put the canvas, then you put it all around, and that's what he did. Yeah, you see it's in the back too, the canvas.
Well, I think that's the board, no?
No, it's not the board.
Oh, you're saying this part.
No, the brown one is canvas.
Right.
This is glue.
Right.
So what he does is, he probably went like this, in the front and in the back.
Right.
And then he glued it, with the corners on the cardboard.
Right.
So that's what it is over here.
But even in the middle.
Even in the middle, so the canvas can stay in.
Yeah. But it's really amazing how, such a tiny little, painting can have so much.
Yeah.
It's incredible. We're showing you the cover of one of his last catalogs here from a 1988 exhibition in London. And here he is. Posing in the atelier.
Yeah.
His wife, Yova, your mom, my grandmother's.
Yeah.
And he's in front of a self-portrait of yours.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So I looked at it actually more closely, and it says K. Maybe there's like a G there, and then 66 Roma.
Yeah, that's when I was in Rome,
66.
Yeah, 66 student.
And then you were saying that last time you said that you didn't think you had a beard, but it looks like you have some kind of...
No, I have a beard there.
Right.
But I didn't have a beard in Bulgaria, so it's got to be in Italy.
Why did you not have a beard in Bulgaria? Did they not allow it?
Well, it was not allowed. Yeah, it's kind of a strict, Plus, I let it grow because I didn't have any money, so I saved a lot of shaving.
You mean to buy razors?
Yeah, I didn't have no money for anything, I had to walk miles to get to the Academy of Arts.
Right.
And I had a pair of shoes that they went bad, the first month, because miles I had to walk in Rome, and hours and hours and hours to get there. So when you don't have money, it's tough.
Yeah. Well, now a beard is kind of represents some, masculinity, and
Yeah. Well,
there's a lot of people who have a lot of money who have beards.
yeah,
So, but before it used to be like, oh, that guy must be poor.
yeah.
He's got the beard. Yeah, you were also saying that thank goodness your mother had the, foresight to grab that portrait of yours.
Yeah, yeah.
Because maybe you would have sold it to somebody.
No, who's gonna buy a self-portrait?
Well, didn't you have some little, like on the street, like little?
No, there was the lady that she gave me the room out there. That she was selling some of my paintings, but not the self-portrait. Nobody.
Okay.
I had some abstracts and some movements and the figures and stuff like that. So, and I never got the money. It,
Well, that was probably that was how you paid your rent.
no, my mother was paying the rent. Somehow. So. Finally, after we went to Rome, after so many years, I was in the States. You were with me in a European vacation. She comes up with some money. She said, "Well, here is some money that I sold your paintings." It was not much, but then I said, "Oh, thank you."
Okay. She
so
tried to clear
maybe
her karma, her soul,
her soul is
her
trying to
conscience.
yeah. I never expected it, and I forgot about it. She told, I saw some of your paintings, and this is the money. So how much she sold it, I have no idea. And it was not much, it was just like a couple lunches.
Right. Couple lunches. Well, it's great, and I hope as we go through all of the boxes, maybe we find this painting of your self-portrait, I hope.
Yeah.
Because that's a great one. And, okay, well.
And that's on the other side, there is a painting, I think I did it in Rome too.
Oh, yeah, the one that's up above on his other, yeah. Okay, well, she maybe came back with a few.
Yeah, but she cannot carry much, traveling, that time. So maybe she's got 2, 3 paintings,
But one thing she was very good at was packing,
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I think she could probably take more than you realize.
Probably.
Like those clown cars that they can fit like lots of people inside the car. Like she could fit lots of paintings and things like that. So, okay, well, we've been going about almost a half an hour.
Wow.
So shall we pause it here and hopefully there was audio and.
Yeah. Can you find out?
Yeah, well, after we stop the stream, I can look.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I'm not like super professional yet in producing this whole thing. So it says here, excellent in terms of the stream quality.
Yeah.
But, audio,
Who's saying that, Claudio? Or?
No, this is on YouTube.
Oh.
It's on YouTube, so. Anyways, so that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao, everybody.
Ciao, ciao, and arrivederci, do widzenia. Goodbye. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Oh, wait. I have my little... Let's do our outro.
Tondo
Impasto.
Is there a music there?
Yeah.